Hello, hello, hello. You're listening to the episode of The Wonderkind Show. Today's second topic, Pat McAfee says the Ravens could go on a run. Yes. Look. So, the last episode that I just did, I specifically pointed out that the Ravens have an opportunity if they could use all of this foolishness going on as fuel. And there are other guys that are like NFL heads that are saying this is a perfect time for a bye for the Ravens. Because a lot of times context is lacking. The Ravens have faced or had one of the hardest schedules in the league. Them and the Steelers. Okay? And mentally, they are out of it. They're physically exhausted. And this bye couldn't have come at a better time, especially with so much questions going on about Justin Tucker and the wide receivers. Now, he has something to say that he was talking about on the Pat McAfee show that I think that you guys would love to hear. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the audio of what they had to say on the Pat McAfee show, and then we're going to break it down, all right? So without further ado, let's see just what they had to say about the Baltimore Ravens.
You think about Lamar's comments after the game. He said his mom cussed him out, saying that he's got to run a little bit more. There were some plays we were showing yesterday from A.Q. Shipley in the trenches that there were some lanes, but he's also trying to let, routes develop for his guys so he can still sling the pill around. What do you think about Baltimore right now? And do you think their bye week is one of the best placed bye weeks in all of the NFL because of the fact that they can figure out what they need to do to close out this season, right?
Well, they gave up 7 points. I mean, Tucker's missed extra point and the 2 field goals. That hurts whenever you're playing in a game, and it hurts momentum. And I think that was a problem. Plus, they get penalized way too much. I think it's the perfect time for a bye for them. And look, Lamar's going to play better than he did in that game. Their offense has to play better. But I think what happens to them is sometimes in these games they get a little bit impatient. It didn't happen at the Charger game when they got behind. They were able to stay the course. But when teams take away what they do best and make them play left-handed, they can't have drop passes like they had. He had 2 great throws to Aguilar that were as good as any throw in the league. And, he just didn't, and Aguilar didn't make the catch. So, to me, that becomes a problem. I think, to me, Baltimore is still a team that I don't want to play because they are getting better defensively. And that's been the concern about them all year is, are they good enough defensively? Can they cover well enough? And I think we saw that they did a better job. They held them to 118 yards passing. I wouldn't give up on Baltimore yet. Now, maybe Pittsburgh's going to win the North, but Baltimore can come back. They've got to figure out this Tucker thing because John Harbaugh's right. There's not a better kicker on the street than Tucker right now. But they got to get his confidence back because I think if he goes out there in a game in January at 45 yards and it's windy, we're not as certain he's going to make it as we once were.
Yeah, I hope he battles through it mentally. But everything we're saying about this Baltimore team, and obviously Tucker has to get back right, and hopefully we'll see Lamar do Lamar shit because that's fun, and it feels like Lamar wants to do that, especially against the Giants coming up. That's fun.
Look out.
That's fun, especially if Dexy's going to get him, Then here we go, off and running. They have a Ram truck in the backfield, too. Yeah. 2 of them.
Yeah.
2 of them.
Yeah.
Patrick Ricard and Derrick Henry.
Diesel.
So, you heard what he said. And there's 2 things that I really want to elaborate that he had said that I want to point out. Did you hear what he said? He said that Lamar made 2 passes of some of the best passes you'll see all season. Best passes you can see in the entire NFL. And they amounted to drops. So many people make excuses. This is why you have people saying they can understand the frustration of a Deontay Johnson. Because there is no way on God's green earth that Nelson Aguilar is stealing reps, opportunities from him, or even Tylan Wallace. Because listen, let me tell you something right now. You see drops? They're drive killers. That's what they are. Especially when it's beautifully placed. Oh, he dropped it again. And it's like, that's your job. This is exactly why I have a problem why he's on the field as much as he is. Now, mind you, I do not hate Nelson Aguilar. I do not hate him. But when you have guys that have, like, Tylan Wallace is 9 for 9. He has proven himself to deserve more opportunities in this offense. Deontay Johnson's the only 1,000-yard receiver on this team. And he's had at least 900 yards receiving in the last 4 seasons. That's more than every receiver that we got. He deserves more opportunities. And we can't be having those drops in January. I said this before. Everybody expects Lamar to just mitigate all of that. Oh, will the guy drop 2 passes or for touchdowns? All right, Lamar, don't worry. You can find a lane and make a big play for us and get in there. And then the other big Achilles heel on the other foot is Justin Tucker. Look, he is the GOAT. He's the GOAT. Greatest kicker of all time. But he has more than the yips right now. The man is missing extra points. We're talking about less than 20 yards out. He's missing those. That's a problem. Look, I've said this so many times. Baltimore has what it needs to truly be dynamic and great. But they gotta stop shooting themselves in the foot. And of course, you have to complete the Holy Trinity. Not turnovers, but penalties. Bro, that's what I'm saying, and I truly agree that this is such a must-needed break. A bye. Because those 3 things have plagued us. Drops, penalties, and missed kicks. We have lost, in culmination, all of our losses, we've lost all of our by 22 points. In our losses, Justin Tucker has missed 22 points worth of points. Make it make sense. That's the problem. And we haven't even put into the offensive line. This bye couldn't have come in a better time. I believe, just like I told you in the last one, that the Ravens can go on a run. I told y'all that. I haven't lost faith in this team. I think that not only can they go on a run, I think they can end up in the Super Bowl. But they got to put it together now. There's no more wasting time. They got to put it together. If they win out, they have a shot to win the AFC North. Get a home playoff spot. Then they might probably going to have to take on either the Bills, because I believe that they're going to beat whoever they face, probably the Steelers or the Chargers. And then they got to take on the Bills or, of course, Kansas City. And it's time to handle business. I keep trying to tell people, I'm not lost on the Ravens, but the Ravens got to make the moves now. And I'm not the only one that feels like it. NFL insiders are saying the same thing. The one team they're saying that they don't want to go up against is Baltimore. Because if they put it all together, you're done. There's nothing you can do. Well, maybe that's just my 2 cents. But what do you guys think? Do you agree with Pat McAfee saying, hey, the Ravens can go on a run and this couldn't have been a better time for the bye week because of all the problems that we've been having? Or are you saying, no, I'm done. This year's done. John Harbaugh's done. I can't take no more. Let me know what you think down in the comment section, please, all right? But as always, that's an episode of The Wunderkind Show. Thank you for watching. And now we get down. We have fun and we laugh. But everything we talk about, we do what? Facts and truth. Please do remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment. You know, all the comments. Check out The Wunderkind Show's Patreon. That's a big one. 3 tiers of content goodness, whatever your consumption. Give it a look, give it a try. Let me know what you think. And if you'd like to donate to this channel, help out with equipment and such stuff like that, bottom of the screen, QR code. QR code is to a Cash App. Cash App located in the description of every video that we do. Name of it is money sign, The Wunderkind Show. Super easy. But once again, it's The Wunderkind Show. This show is signing off. And as always, you know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Huh? Yerp!
Finish him, Daddy.